It's 5 o'clock on Monday, the 19th of January 2026, and it is the eve of the day that we get a vacuum loader on top of that Posiweigh automatic weighing machine, something that our Jules has been looking forward to ever since she injured her shoulder. I must admit, it is not something that I have looked forward to paying for, but that was done at the end of December. Now, Peter Miles, the owner of Posiweigh, is set to leave his home address tomorrow morning, Tuesday the 20th of January, and arrive here at the roastery by around 11 to 11:30 a.m. At which point I should have finished roast production for the day, so I've got to get up incredibly early tomorrow morning. We're talking 3 a.m. start, in order that I do 25 or 30 batches before his arrival. Now, I could be roasting throughout the day, but I want to make sure, because of my character, i.e. one that I've got to meddle with stuff, I've got to be involved in things, and want to make sure that I am mentally present to be here when Peter arrives so that I can assist in the installation and that I know what's going on. Sam and Jules have the competency at being able to do that, but I must make sure that I'm here present, and I don't want to be roasting coffee at the same time, because I will do a less good job at roasting that coffee if they're here doing their thing. Anyhow, the order of play tomorrow, early start, Peter arrives, does the installation, which should, according to him, take about 90 minutes. Now, I think it will require him putting a hood on there. There will be the vacuuming bit. The hopper will sit on the floor, and there'll be a big flexi hose that aligns the two. There will be a foot or hand actuated pedal or button system, and the rest should just work swimmingly, I hope. And there you are, one vacuum loader atop of our Posiweigh linear coffee bean weighing device. What a joy that is. It's quite a simple piece of kit, to be fair, and I am going to describe exactly what it does now. So essentially, it's a couple of parts. We have a hopper down here, of which we bought one of the larger sizes so that it can hold, in our case, 30 kilos of roasted coffee beans. And what I mean in our case is that each time you roast coffee in the colour, and somewhat to do with cultivar and origin, you can have different volumes of beans. So the roasted colour that we get to generally will fit 30 kilos inside of there, which is great if you've got a single product line. We have one product line that I'm happy to combine everything together. Everything else is roasted individually, individual batch numbers, etc. So this works in two different ways. I'll come back to that later on. So we've got the hopper down here. This is a pipe that then attaches to the actual loading bit at the top. Where it says Genco is the brand. I believe they're British. I like British companies. So Genco is the brand. That in there, that's where the fan sits. The fan spins and it sucks up coffee beans into the silver bit. We'll get up there in a second and I'll show you exactly all of the gubbins. So the coffee beans sit inside of that silver bit. When it fills, it's probably 8 kilos, 5 kilos, something like that. When it fills, a little gate at the bottom drops, and it drops the coffee into this hopper, ready then to go through the linear weighing system. Now, how about getting up some big ladders and having a look at the gubbins up there? I had to buy these 8-step ladders to get right up to the top, because every week I have to service the filter that is located inside here, of which we access via a pair of these little levers. There is a hinge that opens, and apparently, because I haven't done it yet, apparently inside of there is a filter that I have to clean proportionate to the amount of dust that's created. This here is where all of the coffee beans are held once they're being picked up from that hopper and up through this tube. There's a control unit. It is in a constantly on state. The reason being is it's quite a distance between the floor and here, and I can't reach. So we therefore have it attached to a single 13 amp 3-pin plug, because we're in the UK, and that's always on until we switch it on and off. The gate is under there, and we'll have a look when I get around to the other side. But that is essentially it. So let's have a look from the other angle, and I'll see if I can actually get into the gate as well. Okay, this is from the other side. Hello me. So this is where the pipe comes in. Neat thing about this, I'm just going to zoom in. Can you see all this copper here? That is an anti-static device, and I wish I had that on our EK43 because it would save no end of static for ground coffee going into plastic bags. Anyhow, so here again is the control unit. This is where the hopper or the little release mechanism is. I'm going to try and get the camera underneath here now. I don't know whether you can see that, but there is a little droppy gate thing under there. I'll have to review that footage later on. So what did Peter do in the installation? Peter's job was to affix this bracket onto which you can put the actual Genco device here. There are some bolts that he screwed in, two on this side, two on the other side, and then of course screwed this in on top. It took two of us to get this device. It's not particularly heavy, but it's quite cumbersome, especially when you're this high up. And of course, I didn't have these ladders. I had some other wobbly jobs as well. So I was stood on the table and Jules was helping and somebody was holding Peter whilst he was up the ladder. Beyond that, there was not a lot that he was doing. Not to say that he didn't do a lot, because the next job, once the device was on top of the hopper, was to then calibrate the machine. What do I mean by that? Well, this device sucks coffee up. So how much is it going to suck? Well, time. That's how much, or how we measure the sucking amount. This came pre-calibrated with a 10-second draw. You can have it 1 second, you could probably have it 100 seconds, proportionate to that volume of coffee that you have in the hopper. This is the control, as you can see here. 10 seconds is the loading time. There is a material alarm. So what exactly does that mean? That means that if there isn't any product for the loader to be sucking up, it will stop, and then it will go through two different cycles. We could have it 1, you could have it 4, two different cycles in order to tell itself to stop, essentially. We've reduced that down to 2. We'll probably get that down to 1 actually, because what that means is that it gives you a little bit of time to run over and get another bin in before the thing cuts off. Other than that, the controls are pretty easy to use. We've got an on and off button. It tells you the various different states. You can get into some of the settings here, and that's about it. Now, this is ill-positioned. I'll tell you why. When we had this installed, we were asked where we wanted the alignment. This board here would usually be drilled into the side of this particular weigher, but not on that side. On that side, the side that is facing our wall. When Peter was here, we thought that this configuration would work. So Jules would take the coffee beans, she'd bring it over here, load it, and away we go. However, I know that we're going to have to change that arrangement. This equipment, this line is going to have to move out that way so that we can get this board and put it on the side or even on the front. And the reason being is that if this goes into a failed state because there hasn't been enough product, you've got to start the thing and stop the thing again. A little frustrating, but it takes user interaction. User interaction, if you've got to walk around the desk, kind of defeats the speed object, so we need to change that. So what is the workflow now? Well, usually Jules would be stood here taking roasted beans, sealing them, packing them, sticking them into crates, wheeling the crates over. It's exactly the same thing that we're going to be doing. Instead, as I said, all of this is going to come out so that it can be a definite linear pattern. So materially, the hopper for the roasted beans would sit down there, then we'd have the weigher, then our sealing, then the packing table. And all of that would probably come to here. As a consequence, for the desired movement of roasted coffee from the lorrying to here, we're going to have to shift this way. Because this is going to have to come this way, it means that the product that we store here to rest and or pick from for our commercial clients, we're going to have to move here. Here is a dip in the floor. What fool designs a production facility, an industrial unit with a dip in the floor? Stupid. Anyway, this product is going to have to move here all of this moves forward to accommodate that shift out of the production line. That means that we're going to be scratching our head a little bit. Production facilities, food production, anything, any factory works most efficiently when everybody knows what they're doing. There is an efficient design, efficient workflow for humans and product. And when things change, it can mean that you spend a week or few fumbling over yourselves, and we're probably going to do that over this next week. So the job from here is to enact the move of the equipment, to make sure that we have moved the control board into a position that is more operable, and figure out what we're going to do then with the workflow of pick and pack, because that's that station over there. And all of this needs to be done whilst the facility operates. So that was an overview of the installation of our loader. Now, I haven't said why I took that brand and bought British. Well, one, I like British, I like buying in-country stuff, and I think you should do the same wherever you live. Next, this neatly integrates with the Posiweigh system. I purchased Posiweigh in 2018 from Peter Miles, and he is still operating, and therefore a continuation of that supply I thought would be a good thing. You might ask how much this costs. Well, quite a lot of money. We're talking in excess of £5,000 exclusive of VAT, not including travel time and expenses and stuff like that for Peter, because he traveled some distance. I could have got a cheaper installation if I'd gone to China or maybe Eastern Europe. However, I like to buy British where possible, and of course I knew that this was going to be fully integrated, fully calibrated and done by a professional, rather than me receiving something from a container and fiddling my way through foreign instruction manuals and maybe WhatsApp groups. So why did I purchase this in the first place? As I said in the opening part of this particular presentation, Jules had hurt her shoulder and she was really struggling in lifting the coffee beans from floor height up a ladder and into that hopper. Quite rightly so. What this has now done is decoupled the requirement for the individual to be somewhat fit. She is a fit lady. It means now that we're just pouring from hip height, which means anybody can use this piece of equipment, which is a good thing for the business into its future. How would I improve this situation going forward? Two of them. We need 2 weighing devices and 2 vacuum loaders. And the reason being, we have 2 product lines, 250 gram bags and 1 kilo bags. And if I had 2 instances of them, I would separate those 2 lines so that 2 individuals could be running concurrently. That would be the most efficient way of working. However, we'd be looking at a probable close to £15,000 spend. I don't have that money yet, but maybe if you haven't yet subscribed and do so, it would help me along that journey, and I could invest the revenue into more kit for the roast facility. And that, my friends, is a nice way for me to bring this presentation to close. I hope my description has been useful for anybody who is interested in buying these sorts of devices, whether it be this brand or other. They work in essentially the same thing. If you have questions, put them in the comments. I will do my best to respond. If you purchase any coffee from us, I hope you enjoy it. Have a great week ahead.